my biggest goal is to get that particular book into the AAFES stores on military bases because that is technically my military story, as well as my public speaking growth story, as well as my conquering fear story. But then the story is then basically written to be used to help someone else do what I've done and overcome all that and succeed in their career and be a better leader, better manager. This is the one thing I would say about the book is honestly, I wish I had that book before I went to Airman Leadership School because Airman Leadership School is where I really, the reality hit me that I'm about to be a sergeant and I have this fear that is going to limit me. It's a debilitating thing. And if I had read this book, if this book was there for me to read before I got to the Airman Leadership School, a whole thing would have been different. I could have gone into that environment fearless rather than struggling with stage fright and things like that. That'd be my goal, I guess. It would be to say, get freedom-driven speech in front of every airman before they get to that leadership point where they're being called upon to be a supervisor, to counsel their subordinates, to do all those important things as a leader. And talking to VIPs who come along and want to know what you do in your work center, and you haven't even thought about trying to articulate to somebody what you do. It's hard to watch someone who's, especially like if they're newly in charge of a section and those important people come along and they don't know how to speak on what they do. It just, the nervousness and everything is just destroys you. Your credibility goes down when you can't speak to what you do in a fearless type of way. You know what I mean?